Let's start setting up ProcessKit by creating our first process. So I'm here in my processes. You can get to here from the navigation, click on processes. Now think of processes like process templates because your processes will be copied into instances or task lists that live on your projects. So we'll create our first process template now. We'll create a new process and give it a title. Now we'll start adding steps to our process by just typing in the title of each step. We'll come back through and add more details later. Now a quick shortcut is to hit Tab twice and then return, and that will save and add another step. When you're finished, you can click Save and Finish. Great. Now let's go back through and wherever it's necessary, let's add in some more details or instructions for your team to follow every time they follow these steps. So I'll open up the first one and I'll click on Add a Description. Now we could add text, images, even embed video players and links and other things. For now, I'm just going to paste in some prepared text that I already have. And I'll do the same for the second step. Okay, I think that's good for now. Okay, our process template is coming along. Now you could close the video now and move on to setting up the rest of your ProcessKit account. But if you'd like to stick around for another minute, I've got a few more advanced things that you can build into your process templates. First, let's automatically assign someone from the team to a few of these steps. Now, so far in my account, it's only me. I haven't started inviting other people yet, but I will assign myself to a few of these steps in the process. And by the way, you can bulk assign someone by using the process settings up here. I'm just going to assign myself to the first 3 tasks. Next, let's create some dynamic due dates so that the start and due dates on these tasks can be automatically calculated. I'll open up the first step and go to the Date Rules panel. And I will create a start date, which says, let's start immediately after the project that it's on starts. And we'll set the due date to be 3 days after this task starts. Great. Now this second step is the sales consultation call, and the exact date and time of that will depend on when the person actually books their call on the calendar. Now over in my process automation course that's available on the ProcessKit website, I have a Zapier recipe that you can follow to automatically sync up your calendar booking software like Calendly or something else with ProcessKit so that it could automatically calculate the date when somebody books that call. For now, we're just going to leave that blank. Now this third step, sending a follow-up email, this should happen immediately after we've completed the sales call. So let's set up a date rule that says this should start immediately after another task was completed. And we will select the sales consultation call for that. And we'll give it a due date. We want to send that within 1 day of this task starting. Click Update. So this rule says start immediately after the sales consultation call step is completed. And it will be due 1 day after this task is set to start. All right, I'm going to fill in a few more dynamic dates here. All right, we're looking good. Now I've added dynamic dates to some of these tasks, not all of them. And sometimes I only did a start date, sometimes I did a due date, or both. Okay, now once again, we're in great shape, so you could move right along now, but I've got 2 more things that I would really like to show you. Now this last step, when the proposal is accepted, I want to make sure that I receive a notification when that happens. So we can set up a task action to run whenever this task gets completed. So I'm going to go to the automations and go to actions, and I'll add an action to occur whenever this step is completed. There are a number of things we can do, but I'm going to send a notification. And I'm going to select myself, create that notification. So now, whenever this task is completed, the following actions will occur, and the first one is notifying someone. Great. Now, one more thing, this last step in the process, preparing the contract, that should only happen if the proposal has been accepted. Otherwise, we don't even want to show this step. So let's add another automation. This time I'm going to go to Visibility Rules, and I'll create a visibility rule based on when a task has been completed. So I'm going to select Proposal Accepted Task and say that task must be completed. Create that rule. And so now this says this step will only show if any of these conditions are met. And the first condition is that this other step, Proposal Accepted, is completed. Great. Okay, now our process template is all set and ready to use. Let's move on with setting up ProcessKit.